Well, hey there, back again with another episode of the church video series from ProChurchTools.com. My name is Brady, and today we're talking about aperture. The term aperture, pretty simple. It refers to the opening in your camera's lens. It can either open really big or close really small. Aperture is what is referred to when you talk about a camera lens's f-stop. So, for instance, the lens I'm holding right now is a Tachyna 11-16 f2.8, and that means that the maximum aperture is f2.8, and the widest open this camera lens can be is f2.8. Aperture has a couple different applications that you should be aware of. Firstly, the aperture of your lens determines how much light is being allowed into your camera. For instance, if you have a really low number on your aperture, like 1.4, 1.8, 2.8, that means that your aperture is wide open and you're letting in a lot of light. But if your aperture is set at a higher number, 16, 22, something like that, that means that your lens aperture is really closed and you're not letting that much light in. It's kind of like having your eyes wide open versus squinting. When your eyes are wide open, you can see everything, usually even in dark situations, but as you close your eyes, more and more things become a little bit darker and harder to see. Aperture is kind of like that. The second application you should know about is depth of field. Depending on your aperture, that will determine the angle of the rays of light entering your camera. Now that can get a little bit complicated, but what you need to know is that there is a direct relationship between aperture and depth of field. Very, very simply put, the more wide open your aperture is, the more shallow depth of field you have, and the closer your aperture, the more deep the depth of field. Remember these two applications for aperture and you'll be good to go. That's all for today with the church video series. For more information on church video and church media, head over to ProChurchTools.com for more video training and more articles. That's all for me today. We'll see you guys next time.